a certain period in Africa's history or Ghana's history that I call the lost decade, stretches from the late 60s until the early 90s. Africa was declared a basket case. Most of our economies were in tailspin, contracting actually, and a lot of the intellectuals and academics migrated out of Africa, and so we had what they call the brain drain. A lot of people left, and life was quite tough for those of us who continued to stay in Africa, but we still lived and we grew up. There's a chapter in the book called My First Coup d'etat, and that becomes the pivot for the whole book because it's an event that changed the course of my life. My father was a minister of state, and after the coup d'etat that took place in 1966, he was thrown into a prison, and that changed the course of his life and changed the course of all our lives. Aside from that, we had a first president who went for what we call a unitary state. And so rather than develop a federal state, he said the size of the country didn't warrant a federal state. And so we should have a unitary state. And so as a result of that, you were posted to any secondary school across the country. And these were boarding schools. And so you found yourself boarding with other people from other ethnic groups other than yours. And so you come out of school with some of your best friends not being the same, speaking the same language or being the same ethnic group as yours. And so it created a certain unity and integrity. We've passed a right of abode law under which any African in the diaspora who wants to live and settle in Ghana can apply under the right of abode law for citizenship. And so I do think that Ghana offers opportunities for the African diaspora to reintegrate for those who want to come back to the mother continent. Yeah. We've had a long tradition of welcoming visitors. Africa is beginning to gain more space in the international media, and that is fueling a different perception of the continent. We're seeing inward investments into the power sector, in agriculture, in transport, in all the other sectors. We're seeing strong foreign investment, but we're trying to balance that out. I think foreign investment is good, but it's also important to encourage domestic private investment. And so we're creating a careful balance of the two. The new Made in Ghana campaign is going to be a means of branding Ghana and putting a seal on our products, both to encourage Ghanaians to patronize our own products, made in Ghana goods, but at the same time to sell our products to the world. From 1992, when we adopted a new constitution, Ghana has developed to be called the model of democracy in Africa, and I think we're on the right track.